Alright, Yankees fans, gather around because what's coming up is not just another update, it's a storm of big league action straight from the heart of the Bronx. If you're wearing your pinstripes proud, if your heart skips a beat every time Judge steps up to the plate, then this is the kind of energy you live for. The New York Yankees are making moves, taking hits, and firing on all cylinders in ways that have the entire league watching. This isn't recycled talk or yesterday's stories getting reheated. No, this is fresh breaking full throttle. News that dropped just hours ago, and every single detail matters. So let's rewind just a bit and take you inside the kind of maneuver that only the savviest front offices can pull off. Imagine this. Atlanta, a rival that's always lurking near the top, quietly tries to sneak a player through waivers. No press release, no heads up, just a soft shuffle behind the curtain, hoping nobody notices. But guess what? The Yankees were watching like hawks. And when Brian De La Cruz hit the wire, the Bronx Bombers didn't hesitate for even a second. They claimed him just like that. Silent move? Not anymore. Now, who is this guy the Yankees just scooped up out of nowhere? Brian De La Cruz may not be a household name in the Bronx yet, but if you've been paying attention to his story, there's real intrigue here. Let's be honest, his time in Atlanta this year? It was rough. Yeah, he was swinging and missing like crazy, striking out in over 1/3 of his plate appearances, and his numbers were looking grim. A batting average just barely over the Mendoza. Line and on-base percentage that didn't scare anyone, and slugging numbers that made you wince. It was clear he wasn't finding his rhythm, and Atlanta wasn't going to wait around for it to click. When Alex Verdugo came back from injury and the Braves made some roster tweaks, including signing Eddie Rosario, De La Cruz got pushed further down the depth chart. Eventually, they tried to move him quietly. But here's where the story shifts. And this is not just a guy who struggled for a month and got dumped. De La Cruz has a track record that deserves more than a glance. Back in 2021 and 2022, when he was with the Miami Marlins, he actually produced. We're talking about a respectable .269 batting average, a decent on-base percentage, and real slugging potential. He was a productive bat, especially when he was facing left-handed pitchers. In fact, against southpaws, he's hitting an eye-popping .285. That's not something you ignore, especially if you're the Yankees. Right now, with outfield options like Trent Grisham and Cody Bellinger, both of whom swing from the left side, there's value in a right-handed bat who's proven he can hit lefties. And that's exactly what Brian De La Cruz brings to the table. He's not being thrown straight into the fire either. He's heading to AAA Scranton Wilkes Barre to start, which is a smart play by the organization. Low pressure, high upside. If he figures things out down there, stays hot, or if an injury opens the door, he could be back in the majors before anyone expects it. And speaking of injuries, here comes the gut punch. Giancarlo Stanton. Yes, the slugger with 325 million reasons to stay healthy is headed to the 60-day injured list. That's right, official, done. The elbow issues that haunted him back in spring training haven't gone away, and now the Yankees are making a tough call. He's out for a long stretch, and that's not just a blow to the lineup. It's a major shift in how this team has to structure their offense moving forward. Look, when Stanton is healthy, he changes the game. 27 home runs last season, over 70 runs batted in. Pitchers fear him. He's a monster at the plate, and when you pair him with Aaron Judge, the numbers speak for themselves. The Yankees went 35 wins and only 4 losses. In games where both of them went deep. That's not just coincidence. That's synergy. That's power you build your lineup around. But now, with Stanton on the shelf and no clear timeline for return, things have to shift fast. This move, putting Stanton on the 60-day IL, it wasn't just reactionary. It was tactical. It's what allowed the Yankees to make space. For De La Cruz, it shows that the front office is playing chess, not checkers. They're making moves not just to patch holes, but to position this team for a long campaign, one that can weather setbacks and still keep the momentum going. There's no word yet on when Stanton might even begin a rehab assignment. And we all know that even when that green light comes, it takes time, weeks usually, for a guy to get game ready again. So the Yankees aren't sitting around waiting. They're adapting. They're moving forward. And speaking of forward, let's talk about a guy who's not just carrying the team. He's rewriting the script for what dominance looks like. Aaron Judge is on fire, not warm, not heating up, full on blaze mode. Over the past week, he's hitting over 420. That's not a typo. He's gone 8 games straight, keeping that batting average above 400. You can't even make this stuff up. This kind of stretch is the stuff legends are made of. He's on base 27 games in a row. He just launched his 10th home run of the season. And last Wednesday, he reached base 4 times. Again, that's the 6th time he's done it this year. That's not normal. That's not sustainable for most players. But this is Judge. And when he locks in, there's nobody better. He's tied for the league lead. In homers and runs batted in. He's got more hits than anyone else in the majors right now. This is MVP level play, and it's happening right in front of us. Yankees manager Aaron Boone said it best. They're running out of words to describe what Judge is doing. And honestly, so is the rest of the league. He's dominating at a level that demands attention, even in games the Yankees don't win. Like the tight 5-4 loss to Baltimore, Judge still shined. That's the kind of player who can carry a team through the rough patches and keep them in contention. But Judge isn't doing it alone. Max Fried has been nothing short of clinical every time he steps on the mound. We're talking about a perfect 5-win, 0-loss record, an earned run average sitting at 1.19. That's elite. That's the kind of pitching that sets a tone for the whole clubhouse. Fried is limiting hitters to a 2.07 batting average. He's given up 2 or fewer earned runs in every single start this season. That's consistency at its finest. And when the Yankees send him out there, they know exactly what they're going to get. Domination. What makes Fried's recent stretch even more impressive is his performance against division opponents. He's been facing Tampa Bay regularly and just keeps owning them. He's 3-0 in his career against the Rays with a microscopic 0.42 ERA. A couple weeks ago, he nearly no-hit them, taking it into the 8th inning. That's the kind of statement that shakes up the division. And while Fried keeps dealing, Tampa Bay is stumbling. They just got swept by Kansas City and were outscored 14-3. In that series, they went 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. That's not just a cold streak. That's a crisis. So now the Yankees are looking at a perfect storm. Judge is red hot. Fried is untouchable. Tampa Bay is wounded. And the Yankees have a chance to capitalize in a big way. At 18 wins and 13 losses, the Yankees are in striking distance at the top of the American League East. The Rays, meanwhile, have slipped to 14-18 and look like a team searching for answers. This is where momentum gets built. This is where contenders separate themselves from pretenders. And look, there's still a long way to go in this season. We're barely turning the calendar to May, and already we've seen injuries, breakout performances, and smart front office moves all within the same week. That's baseball in New York. Fast, relentless, unforgiving, but also full of opportunity. De La Cruz might not be a star today, but he could be the spark the Yankees need in a key stretch. Judge is carrying the offense with a level of confidence and production that's putting him at the front of the MVP race. Fried is stabilizing the rotation in a way few pitchers can. And even without Stanton, this team is finding ways to win, finding ways to fight, and finding the kind of grit that championship runs are built on. And while it's easy to focus on the stars lighting up the scoreboard or mowing down batters, it's just as important to recognize the strategic mindset behind these moves. The Yankees aren't just reacting to problems as they come, they're preparing for what's next. Stanton going to the 60-day IL wasn't only about giving him time to heal. It was a calculated roster move that allowed the team to bring in fresh potential like Brian De La Cruz. It's about depth. It's about flexibility. It's about having answers before the questions even arise. That's how you survive a 162-game season. That's how you stay in the fight when the injuries pile up and the pressure builds. Now, with De La Cruz in the wings, the Yankees are experimenting with combinations. How can they optimize matchups? Who steps up when Stanton is out? Maybe it's a veteran finding one more gear. Maybe it's a kid from AAA who catches fire. Either way, the opportunity is there. And in New York, those chances don't come often. You either grab the moment or watch it pass you by. And right now, this roster is filled with guys who look hungry. What we're seeing now is the beginning of a crucial stretch. May might not decide the season, but it absolutely sets the tone. These next few weeks, with divisional matchups, interleague games, and pressure-filled series, are where teams start to reveal their true identity. Are they built to last? Are they resilient? Can they win ugly when the bats go cold or the bullpen is shaky? The Yankees are starting to answer some of those questions, and fans should be encouraged by what they're seeing. This team has shown flashes of the dominance everyone hoped for back in spring. And while losing a slugger like Stanton might shake other clubs, the Yankees seem unfazed. They trust their depth, they trust their leaders, and more importantly, they're showing that the pinstripes still mean something, that playing in the Bronx still comes with expectations, and that this franchise is never content to sit back and wait. Aaron Boone is pushing buttons, the front office is pulling levers, and the clubhouse seems locked in. Every piece is moving with intention, and even when injuries hit, there's a plan. The addition of De La Cruz might not grab headlines league-wide, but internally it speaks volumes. It says the Yankees are watching, they're aware, and they're not letting any opportunity slip by. So as we head deeper into the month, the message is clear. This isn't just about treading water until Stanton returns. This is about charging forward, building momentum, and showing the rest of the league that the Yankees are for real. Whether it's Judge continuing his MVP caliber rampage, Fried locking down the rotation, or a new face stepping into the spotlight, this team is ready to make noise. And for fans, that means it's time to buckle up. The ride is just getting started. The Bronx is buzzing. The Bombers are locked in. And if you've been waiting for that classic Yankees run, the one where the wins pile up, the stadium roars, and the league starts to sweat, well, it might be closer than you think. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the baseball world, the New York Yankees have agreed to trade one of their most reliable infielders, DJ LeMahieu, in exchange for an elite starting pitcher. The deal, which has drawn both praise and skepticism, marks a major shakeup for the Bronx Bombers and could have significant implications for both teams involved. LeMahieu, who has been a key player for the Yankees since joining the team in 2019, is known for his exceptional bat-to-ball skills, versatility, and leadership. His ability to anchor the lineup, whether batting leadoff or in a different spot, has made him an integral part of New York's success in recent seasons. The trade, however, indicates a shift in the Yankees' approach to building their roster as they look to bolster their pitching staff with an arm capable of carrying the team through the postseason. The pitcher the Yankees are acquiring is nothing short of elite. The deal brings a true ace to the Bronx, a hurler who has consistently been among the league's best. While the specific details of the trade have not been fully disclosed, the acquisition of such a pitcher is seen as an urgent move by the Yankees front office to strengthen a rotation that has shown signs of vulnerability. With the American League East becoming increasingly competitive, this trade could give the Yankees the pitching depth needed to contend for the top spot in the division. While the Yankees pitching staff has been a topic of concern for fans and analysts alike, LeMahieu's departure is a bittersweet moment. His tenure with the team saw him earn All-Star honors and contribute in numerous clutch situations. Fans will undoubtedly feel the loss of his consistency and professionalism. However, the Yankees are banking on the hope that a new addition can give them the edge they need in a tightly contested playoff race. This trade also has significant ramifications for the team that acquired LeMahieu. The team, which had been seeking a high-caliber bat to add to its roster, has now secured one of the most coveted infielders in baseball. LeMahieu's all-around abilities will undoubtedly help solidify their lineup, providing balance and depth in a way that few players can. His ability to hit for average and get on base at a high rate makes him a perfect fit for a lineup in need of consistency. As the dust settles on this surprising move, it remains to be seen how LeMahieu will adjust to his new team and how the Yankees' revamped rotation will perform. What is clear is that both teams are taking bold steps in their pursuit of postseason glory, and the coming months will be crucial in determining whether this trade ultimately pays off for both sides. The baseball world will be watching closely as the season unfolds, eagerly awaiting the impact of this shocking deal. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.